All right, so I want to do a quick review. I had some questions about this Synido TempoPAD C16. I just purchased and used just for a few times. So I had some questions. I just wanted to do a demo just to kind of show everybody, the quality of this thing and, the Bluetooth connectivity and how the knobs, faders, buttons, and the pads work. So I'll do a demo. I got just one of my beats that I put together. It was like drafted beat that I put. It's not finished. So I just kind of walk through from scratch. So it'll be raw and just mostly showing you, how this thing operates. And I'll just kind of walk through, some of the things that we see. So let's get this bad boy turned on. So first it loads up just at the main screen here. On the screen display just shows the name. And then what we got here is like your main knob. So this kind of is like a 360 turn knob. It also actually is a button too. So you can use this as like, you want to change settings on some of your pads or your knobs or even some of your faders. You can use this button here. Basically, you essentially like hold one of the pads down. Actually, you hold the button down. And then, for instance, if I want to change the setting on this pad, holding the button down and I'll select the pad. So in the menu here, what you'll see is the different types of things. So you can change the type here. So it's saved as a note or CC, PC. So there's different settings in here you can change. And you got your navigational buttons here to kind of cycle through things if you want to change. You can even change the color of this if you want, just to cycle through each one to play with it. So real cool. Like you can change the settings, on a lot of this stuff. And it's pretty neat that you can do it just through this button here, this little toggle button. But I'll kind of walk through this demo real quick. Like I said, I got my beat that I put on, pulled up on Koala Sampler. So let me connect the Bluetooth first. So you tap this BT button and you go in here to menu, settings, Bluetooth MIDI, connect here, and it pulls straight up Synido TempoPAD C16 and it connects right away. So it changed from red to blue now. So this thing's connected. We'll just back out. So let's just play around. I'll show some samples and, I also got, some beats, kicks, snares, hi-hats in here to kind of toy around with. And I'll just make a beat, but just kind of demonstrate. I got everything mapped to Koala Sampler already. So another cool thing too I can show is this mode that I'm in right now. I'm in custom mode. So you'll notice the colors change when I hit the pad. The pads are blank right now, but once I hit it, it'll change it, to red. So we're in pad bank right now, A, B, C, and D. So like for B, for instance, these will change to color green, like in this pad. So just sync with Koala again. I got kicks, hi-hats, snares, just a couple of things there. So that's just in my pad B. I don't have anything in C and D. So pads A and B, I just keep my sample in A. And then B, I got, kick, snares, all the other stuff. So the mode though, yeah, you can change this. This is the keyboard mode. I'm not too familiar with this yet. They have, details on it. I haven't used this quite yet. But when you're in custom mode, if you hold this mode button down, so it'll change. It goes into dark mode, what it's called. So all the pads light up now. So before they were just blank and you tap them and then they change color. Now when you tap them, they turn off. So, but this is cool. I like this mode. Like, got the pads shown. So you go into different banks on the pads and they change colors. They all got their different colors. So it's pretty dope, pretty neat. So yeah, let me play around with it. I'll kind of toy around with the knobs, faders. Let's say I have everything mapped. Even got the mixer here set up. So I'll go through it, play with it. playing with knobs like the Bluetooth functionality here. I'm going, you know, using multiple knobs at once. And they are like, you know, there's no latency there. It's just close to zero. So just playing around with the knobs, and I'll, you know, as I go through the demo here, you could just kind of see how good it is. Everything's wireless Bluetooth right now, so it's pretty dope. So I need to set, I'm just gonna do like my samples in my bank A. They're gonna go to bus A, and then I'm just gonna do like the, kicks, snares, hi-hats all to bus B. So real quick. So one thing is I'm going through mapping these, I want to change this knob, or I'm sorry, this fader, because it's going like a little up. I want to kind of keep it at 0 here. So there's a setting you can go in here and like change this. If I want to change, should I hold that button? If I want to change the max, for the volume, I want to change that to like lower there, 119. Yeah, and then it stops at 0 here now. So I'll just do that for both of these. So yeah, now they're set, both set, stopped at 0 right there. So let's play around with this. So just playing around like with the knobs and faders, like everything works cool. Like Bluetooth is still synced in and connectivity's good. I mean, just kind of toying around with it just to play with it to see, if there's anything locks up, but everything seems to be consistent and pretty good as you play it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think that's all right now just for testing it out. I think it's pretty dope. As far as like, showing the demo, all the buttons, everything syncs in. This just, like I said, I like it. It's been pretty good to me. It works, for my setup, the way I like to use it. I'm more so using the pads, and, I may toy around with the knobs and faders here and there, but I think, like I said, pads are soft, all well in sync, and you can also change the velocity. Maybe I can share that. So there's a velocity curve. You got options soft, medium, and hard. So it also, and fixed. I use this version fixed. It's just more the velocity is fixed on each of them and they're consistent. So, soft, if you got you can change the velocity for the pads, based on your, your preference. So yeah, it's pretty dope, man. Like, y'all check it out. Let me know. Give you comments. You got any more, feedback or questions, anything else I can probably help, show in a demo. Just let me know. So, all right. Peace.